Hi.
I'm Nick.
I'm Jill.
And we're HipStrings. And you might see that we have a little bit of a different background today. We are actually visiting a very close friend of ours with a bunch of other close friends of ours there. Nobody wanted to be on camera today, so
But we do have a live studio audience.
Yeah, so you might hear some heckling going on in the background.
Heckling will happen.
So welcome to day 2 of the Base12 Spinalong for 2024. I guess we should get right into it. Or is there anything you wanted to talk about beforehand?
No.
Okay, so
We're gonna get into
start
it.
talking about bag number 2, and I will
I have to find bag number 2.
dig in
There's
here.
the bag number 2.
Oh, you know what? I did bring something to show.
Yeah.
Since we did say that we were going to talk about other samples. That we
Okay.
have. So this is another Base12 that I
Don't
spun
ask which year.
and I knit. And so this was the product from just a full Base12.
Yes.
So this is only Base12 yarn. Sorry, I'm going to go in front of you here.
Yes.
So you get a pretty
This is
decent
the
amount out of
Everyday
this.
Desk Shawl by Kate Atherley, which the pattern was just posted on Instagram because it's stupid. It's very simple. It's available for free. Everyday Desk Shawl by Kate Atherley.
And I'm a little bit upset at Jill for this one because I played the most epic game of yarn chicken with this. And I had a tail literally like 1.5 inches long. And I said, I'm going to leave it there as a badge of honor. And Jill, when putting away woolens one year
No.
winter,
This was because I was going to use it as a sample in classes I was teaching.
Okay. But you saw a tail, and you were like, that shouldn't be there, and you...
I was a little embarrassed about an unwoven entail while I was teaching.
Yeah, she didn't know the story. Anyway, so I can't show off, but I can absolutely tell the yarn chicken.
Yes.
But you get exactly, or if you spun exactly like me, you would get exactly enough for this shawl. Okay.
Okay, so day 2. Day 2 is A Clockwork Orange. So all the bats this year are named after books because we're doing dark academia. Somebody asked me in the Discord about how to spin from a bat because they weren't familiar with it. These are split strips from a bat. So I make a 2-ounce bat and then it gets divided into 4 parts. So you each get a 1/2 ounce. So, but these are just stripped vertically. So like a bat is a long rectangle, and I take, about a 3-inch segment. It's the length of my thumb, and pull that off, and that's about a 1/2 ounce.
So that is
of it.
that is your particular rule of thumb
Yes,
in this case?
Yes, exactly. It is Jill's rule of thumb. But my personal way of spinning from bats is dividing them lengthwise. So like I'm dividing this in half. So you can kind of just split them vertically till you get a length that is comfortable for spinning, whatever you're comfortable. You can spin it as many times as you want. There are many other ways to split bats and spin from bats, but I think that's the most simple way for people who are more used to spinning from comb top.
I mean, that splitting technique works well for comb top as well.
Yes.
And it makes it so that you don't have quite as much of a giant cloud that you're pulling from. You need a hand there.
Shh.
Your wheel traveled. It needs a little love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put some lube in your bag if you need.
No, I just need to get.
You're such a jerk. You're safe for work and then you say things like that. No.
Oh, you missed the whole lube discussion yesterday, guys.
There's
so,
always a lube discussion.
yeah. So
I'm gonna take my shoes off.
you are really giving me a head start. Thank you.
You're welcome. Most of my bats, the bats that I put into our kits are a little underweight, so I'll be good.
So thank you again for the comments that we have. We've got Hollis saying hello from Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas. Red complimented me on the shawl, so she said she liked it. Thank you. Lamanda also said it was beautiful. Thank you. Jean says day 2 is dreamy.
Thank you. Oh, you even changed my ratio.
I did not change your ratio.
Yes, you did.
That was the car then.
Kids.
One's Nosh says, hi friends. Red says,
There we
as a
go.
very long time bat spinner, I also strip bats that way. I also check to see what end drafts easier. So
Yes.
I'm going to talk about the ends.
So carded material is always directional. And so it's a matter of like how you pull it off the direction of the teeth on the drum carder. Nick's tricking me into getting me to talk about things so that he can get even further ahead.
Well, I'll talk about things while you do that. So I remember...
So one direction, it is directional. It'll spin easier. It'll draft easier from one direction than the other.
I remember a couple years back, either it was last year or year before, you had mentioned how do you test that, and you can sort of pet your fiber, and you said any carded, carded top,
sliver.
carded sliver,
No,
right?
not top. Top
Not
is silicone.
sorry. Carded sliver. So you'll want to pet it, and if you pet it like in this direction, the way that I'm doing it, it'll feel nice and smooth. If you pet it the other way, it'll bunch
It'll
up,
rough up.
and you'll feel it's not going to be nice. So that you want to have it so that as you are petting it back, that's the direction you're going to be drafting, and that's going to help you to. That should be the direction that's nicer.
Yeah. So it's a merino. I don't have the fiber key in front of me, but it's a mostly merino for the wool. It's got a little bit of a like an espresso brown Shetland fleece in the bat, a little bit of sari silk, and then a mix of tussa silk, Erie silk, and mulberry silk. So all the bats this year have a little bit of Erie silk in them. That's the kind of golden silk.
It's kind of creepy.
Why?
'Cause it's Erie.
Oh. This is ERI.
Oh, okay.
Erie silk is a type of tussa silk. The golden is naturally colored, and it depends on what plants the silkworms eat.
That's cool.
So you can also get like a pale yellow Erie, and you can get white Erie. But I think the gold Erie is the best.
What was that, Christina?
I was asking about keratin. Like, you know how flamingos use the keratin and
I don't know exactly where the color comes from. That's a good question.
What's the chemical? Yeah.
Because it is it's a protein fiber.
So Laura notes that she's running late because they were selecting SSK vendors. I
Ah,
wonder if we got in.
I wonder. No pressure, Laura.
Christina Hill, who's also Crafty Number Nerd, says, hello from Texas, finally catching us live tonight. So thank you, welcome. Diane says, hi from Pittsburgh. I'm spinning day 2 using my Lendrum. You're just somewhere that way.
Yeah, I think she lives that way.
And Amy says,
She's in the South Hills. I think.
Amy says, decided to spin an order on my Lendrum, which I haven't used in years, so that's my way of being a rebel this year.
Amy is also in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. For those who are not familiar with Pittsburgh, so Pittsburgh is the city, and there's 2 rivers that run to the north and south immediate of Pittsburgh. Those are kind of the hard boundaries of the city of Pittsburgh. So there's the Allegheny River on the top, the Monongahela River on the bottom, and they join at the point to form the start of the Ohio River.
I'm so impressed you remember which one is the north one, which one is the south one.
So if you live north of the Allegheny, you are in the North Hills of Pittsburgh because it is very hilly here. And if you live south of the city, across the Monongahela, you are in the South Hills. And it is you always know you are special in Pittsburgh if somebody is willing to cross not just one river, but 2 rivers to come and see you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you mentioned that those are hard barriers. I mean, it's hard barriers in more ways than one.
Yes.
I know people who will just not cross a river for anything.
Yeah.
They'll drive to New York, but they won't cross a river.
No.
That sounds very much like Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City, same way?
Yeah, I live north of the Missouri River, and it's hard to get me to go south. I don't want to.
Same here.
Let's see, Kathleen asks if my glasses frames are pink or peach. They're really more of an orangey.
Kind of a burnt
Burnt sienna. So I made a comment yesterday about how you were going to be seeing more glasses colors from me. I decided that if I was going to get crazy color glasses, I need to have it match my outfits. And I discovered the wonderful world of cheap online glasses. Thankfully, cheap enough that I can actually get different colors in my prescription. These were only $60, which is fantastic compared to what I would normally pay for things under prescription, under insurance. So,
Do you have a discount code?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
no.
Being
Let's see.
influencer.
I'm not shilling a particular brand because I had to pay for them. But if
You should call them. You should get a discount.
I should be like, yeah, with my 5 viewers.
Maybe we should tag him.
Yeah.
Look at our 50 views. You definitely want this audience.
So yes, there's going to be even more glasses coming along. Laura says South Hills folks rock.
Yes.
Because if you don't
Laura
know,
grew up in the South Hills.
Yeah. And Amy says, did not expect Confluence talk on this live stream. Ikinspa says evening. Amy says, I crossed 2 rivers to get to Jill and a 3rd to get home. So she does a whole triangle there. Amber says, I randomly rolled bag 3 tonight. Gorgeous colors. Laura was commenting
Laura was
on the
asking
Discord.
for more of 3.
So
We'll
I'm
see if
guessing
I can-
there's going to be some more of that in the future.
There was some magic in the die pot with 3 for base 12. So I'm going to have to see if I can get it to shift that way again.
So Donna is asking if the dark brown streaks are Shetland.
Yes,
She
that
loves-
is the Shetland fleece.
She loves the contrast with the golden silk. Colonel Crafter says, I crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Do I win? And Red saying, wait, I need to know where the $60 glasses come from. So I got these off of Zenny. But there's actually a lot of online shops that do good glasses. I particularly like these. These are one of the Zennies. They're like a gamer brand of glasses for some reason.
Yeah, they're
but
super
they're
flexy.
super flexy, and they're very light. So, okay, I had to plug them apparently.
They're marketed for wearing with VR headsets.
Yeah. That's so. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a head start there.
We should have, checked our wraps wrench from the
We
day
should
one.
have, but I didn't. I just thought about it now. And so I'm going to show off. This is the consistency card that we mentioned yesterday. So on one side it has the wraps per inch markings, and on the other side it has the angle of twist. So I'm going to put this up.
So what you're looking at is the etched, which is the silver sections, and you want it not to, you still want to be able to see a little bit of silver. You don't want to completely cover up the silver.
Yeah, so I'm probably looking at 20 wraps per inch on my single here.
Okay.
And if I really want to get fun,
Yeah.
I can check my angle of twist. And as we talked about yesterday, we want to pull it off of the bobbin to get the twisties. So with that, I'm going to lay, one of the nice things is we've got these extra triple lines. That's a nice place for you to put your twist.
Put your single.
Yes. And I'm looking at pretty consistently my default of like, actually,
So this angle
maybe a
of
little bit
twist
about
has
20.
5-degree differences from 20
25.
to what, 45?
yes, 20 to 45.
Which is what most hand spun yarns should fit in the range of 20 degrees to 45. Less than 20 is usually kind of under spun, and more than 45 is kind of overspun.
I'm digging in my bag of tricks here.
And you're not really
There you
gonna,
go.
like, more precision
Oh,
than
they'll
5
attach.
degrees isn't really useful.
So this is the other angle of twist gauge that we have, and so it's this nice teardrop shape. A little bit.
It's called a leaf.
It's
It's the leaf angle twist.
I mean, yes.
It's like the veins of a leaf.
Yes. You're right. The shape is teardrop, but it's a leaf. You're right. Yeah, so this also has the same 5 degree increments, and you can have your S or your Z shaping. This is the proper sized control
Oh,
card.
My brake
compared to-
band fell off.
Oh, that'll.
That would be
that'll
why
do.
my tension was messed up.
And then with this little batch that Jill brought, we have another one of our keychain control cards. So, nice little tools we have here in this T-Rex gift pocket. A lot of people rolling 3 today. Lamanda has a 3. Wounds Nosh got 3 as well.
Wow, you guys are all ahead of us.
They're in the future. I'm way in the future. I can't tell people the numbers that I'm getting. So, let's see. Red says they need the flexing of the glasses for sure. It is definitely useful. And Laura asked, "Did you just pull that card out of your sweater present?" Yes, I did. Because if that's a pocket, that's amazing. It could be. Christina says it's. I bet that's a drink pocket. It could be. It's. Insulated on the inside, not so much on the outside. But I don't know. I'll have to try that later. But yeah, this. We should probably talk about our sweaters. As
Nyx
we have
is
in the
not
past.
hand spun and
No, it is
hand
not.
knit. In case anybody was wondering.
It is wonderfully produced by the people at Amazon, or the people that sell to the people
Yeah.
at Amazon. But 'tis the season. You got to have at least one ugly sweater, and I have more.
I say all sweaters are beautiful. So
Even this one.
yes.
Okay.
I am once again wearing one of Nick's sweaters. This is.
I didn't knit it, but
Yeah, I knit it. It's hand spun from Bats I carded. And it is, I believe the pattern is, so there's like 2 related patterns we knit for each other. One is called Big Love, by I think Asa Tricosa. And there's Big Love and Great Love. And they're very similar sweaters. And Nick knit me one, and I knit him one.
yes, you'll have to wear the one that I knit.
Yeah.
Sometime later,
Which is not hand spun.
or maybe I'll wear it.
Yeah.
Quit being so cute.
No, never.
I was gonna be. Should we just leave? Like,
Quit being cute.
When we were in college, I had a roommate who asked our RA to ban Nick from my dorm room because, and quotes, we were too happy together. And the hilarious thing about this is the reason why this person was my roommate is because they were friends with Nick in high school.
yeah. I think there was something else going on there, but
I don't think she was as content with her significant other.
by the way, one of those Nosh clarified, they are spinning on day 2, but they were just commenting on your die pot magic. The number 2 orange is dreamy.
So that is not die pot magic. That is drum card magic.
Well, but also the number 3 magic that you're talking about.
Yeah.
That you said before.
Also dry.
So, okay, what else do we got here? What
What?
do we want to talk about? There's no more comments online.
I
People
know.
are busy spinning.
I mean, I could measure my spinning.
Do I need to?
I don't know. How far are you with your spinning? Have you finished your first half?
Yeah, I split into thirds.
Oh.
So I finished my first third. But did you finish your first half?
I just did.
Yeah, I think you're ahead of me.
Okay. Then maybe I'll take a little break.
Excuse me. Red says, read the Aries silk. The red cocoons come from silkworms adapted on a particular ficus variety, though there is some discussion as to a genetic component.
So
There
let
you
it
go.
be known that I too am spinning at 20 wraps per inch.
You know, you had an opportunity to make an excuse for
Yes,
finishing
but
second
I'm
yesterday.
honest.
All right, good. Thank you. Makes me feel better.
What was your angle twist?
I think it was like 25. The suspense is palpable.
I'm at 30, so I am putting more twist in my yarn.
Isn't that pocket fun?
It is. All clothing should have pockets.
It is a flask-sized pocket. I was about to comment on like what I need to.
You need a flask.
Well, I need to have something in there at work to just casually pull out, like a notebook or
You should do
something.
something warm so it's also like a hot water bottle.
We do have some small hot water bottles.
Not that small.
No, but like keep the alcohol, and then you're playing and also like, drunk at work.
I don't know how well you guys can hear the studio audience, but Christina's suggestion is that we keep a hot water bottle to keep the liquor warm in the pocket, and also I guess keep a warm belly.
Keep warm, keep you warm. Yoda.
So Laura's asking, what wheels are everybody at home spinning on?
We had a couple
Laura
Lendrums.
heard Lendrum for Amy. Laura's spinning on her Ladybug. Diane also has a Lendrum. We've got an Ashford over here in the audience.
Ashford traditional.
And what wheel is yours?
Yep.
A Daedalus Starling, but that one currently is missing a cable, and so that'll be working tomorrow. Let's see, another Ladybug, a Martin for Red, Kromsky Sonata for a Kinspa, Daedalus Martin for Amber, another Ladybug. Ladybugs are popular. Lamenda has an Electric Eel Nano, Ashford E-Spinner, Lendrum, Ashford E-Spinner for Janet, Lendrum for Donna, Hollisan loves her Lendrum. Lenora has a Louette S45.
Yes. So if you guys don't know about the Louette S45s, so I actually obtained the S45 that Lenora is spinning on and railroaded it to her. The S45 is the super strange, unique Louette wheel that is not in production anymore. It is it's a compact accelerated wheel. So it has 2 drive wheels. Yeah, so it's like a pulley
I think
system.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Well, the most famous S45 there is on the internet was somebody went and used vinyl and made their S45 look like a BB-8.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Because the ratios between the 2 drive wheels are just right for a BB-8. It is forever in my head, the BB-8 wheel. Because most accelerated wheels, there's a really big difference between the 2 drive wheels. With the S45, they're almost the same size. It is a really interesting wheel.
Nice. Let's see. I'm reading this right. Cross Molina has another Lendrum, Annie. JK Knits for you would be the Sparrow, but trying to finish some socks instead. Yeah, no, this is the time of year for finishing up socks for people.
After I'm about to finish up some toes on a sock.
Yeah.
The second sock is not happening before Christmas, though.
After I finish.
Yes.
Well, second sock syndrome, right?
Yeah.
This is what you'll get.
A preview of socks to come.
I've got a.
Something to look forward to.
Sock of the future.
Now the question is, how long is it going to take for the second sock? But
We'll see.
Tracy is working on a Spinallution Polywog.
Oh, those are cute.
That's a fun one. Amy says, it's harder to comment when I'm spinning instead of just watching. Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. That's why everybody's quiet for a little while. But I like Laura's idea of asking questions, because then you guys have to be engaged. Red says, dang, now I feel like I should break out the match list just to represent the local makers.
Well, there's ladybugs.
And
Lots of
Kralik
ladybugs.
said Rose again.
See, what I do to get myself to knit my second sock is when I finish the first sock, I put it on my foot. And then I'm so excited about having a new hand knit sock that I get excited about, working on the second one.
I do the same thing too. When I finish knitting a sock, I put it on your foot. And you're so excited by it, I start the second sock.
So apparently everybody should be taking their finished socks and putting it on my foot. And then you'll have no problem knitting that second sock.
You're gonna get some weird people coming to the door like, Jill,
Bringing me single socks.
I've got a sock. Just be ready to be barefooted.
I
SSK.
wear a women's size 9 if anybody's interested.
Laura was responding to my my praise of her questioning, saying, "It's like I'm a middle school teacher." I wonder if you are. Jean says, "I have e-wheels, but they're nothing like triddling away on my DT Lendrum with HipStrings fiber." And yeah, I could go all into a whole spiel about. I like e-wheels. I like the concept of e-wheels. There are so many things that bother me about them. I can't use one yet.
Full disclosure, Nick is in his real life. He's an electrical engineer.
You've changed my description so many times. Material scientist, electrical engineer.
You're
chemist.
all of the above.
I am,
He's
but
a really smart guy.
yes, my formal training. My formal training is electrical engineer, so I look at an Eve spinner and I'm just like, but it could be so much better. So when I have the spare time, that is what I'll be working on. And I've had some samples. I made. I'm working on I have a prototype of what we call Sharky, which is an E-Sharka, which works with our spindles. It's not ready for prime time yet, but sometime in the next
Decade, too.
Yeah, I was going to say sometime within the next 10 years, we'll put up a Kickstarter for when it's ready. So.
And I'm just a control freak, and I need better control over speed. So I like treadle wheels. Though, I do have some e-spinners, too.
Yeah. Which e-spinners do you have? You have.
I have an electric EL6,
Yeah.
which is for hacking. And I have a Dayless Falcon,
Well, you
which
haven't
is for
hacked it that
speed.
much. What have you hacked on it yet?
The bobbins
All right. Oh, that's
and the
right.
brake
I
band.
don't even know what that is.
Okay, so let's talk about electric eels for a second. So everybody talks about how electric eels are great for spinning things that need low take-up, like spinning cotton. And it's because the pulley on the bobbin for the brake band is really small. And that means that there's not a lot of surface area, so you don't get a lot of friction, and so it doesn't have a lot of take-up, which can be a problem if you want a lot of take-up. People end up cranking down the brake band. That makes the motor work really hard, and you end up burning out your motor. So I got Nick to 3D model a different end for the bobbin that has a more traditional pulley size for the brake. And you know what? It has more take-up like a normal wheel. And it's great.
Yeah.
So.
And I've been meaning to clean up that model so I can post it online. But I mean, it was really just taking the same brake section of the bobbin and making it larger. So if people are really interested, if you comment enough or nag me enough on the Discord, I'll definitely.
Yeah. So the great thing
online.
about the electric eels is because Maurice posts a lot of the 3D printing files and stuff like that. It's easily hacked.
Yeah.
And so I'm using it to test out ideas.
So JK Knits for You says, again, going back to the socks, I do try it on and then I want to make the second one, but honestly, I knit them both at the same time, but separate sets of needles.
See, that takes too long. I need the momentum of one.
Yeah. Because then you don't see you like seeing the progress. You don't like just getting to the point of, oh my gosh, I've got 2 socks.
Yeah. Milestones can provide dopamine.
Kathleen
that.
says, I love my e-wheels. I have a Hanson, an Ashford, and a Nano. The Nano travels with in my Vans glove box. Wow. I mean, the Nano is small.
It
but
is
that's
small.
a pretty big glove box. Excellent. Red says the Martin is really handy and a good spinner, but the Falcon at speed holds my heart. Finally, wheel that can spin as fast as I can move my hands. Yeah, and that's one of the great things about all the Daedalus wheels is that what I've heard, especially the Falcon.
Yeah. You
Lamanda
have to have some really
noted,
good engineering to operate at those speeds.
The light take-up makes plying hard. Yeah. Here's a
Ask
question.
if anybody's heard of the Clems and Clems wheel.
Yeah.
The Clemens and
I
Clemens
have.
wheels?
Yeah,
Yep.
What about it?
I have one of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you do?
I have the modern wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy.
I haven't spun on one. My friend Sam is thinking about getting one because she's looking for a wide single treadle wheel.
It's very heavy. That's all I can.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't come with you.
You don't travel with it.
Let's see. Here we go. Stacy says, "Good evening. I have 2 Spin E cubes. Love them both.
Ooh.
What are the Spin E cubes?
They're a 3D printed wheel.
Nice.
U spinner.
I lost where I was. Lamanda says, I bought my Electric Eel Nano as a starter spinner and I really love it. Cornwall Crafter says, I love my Nano for portability. I also have a Kromsky Symphony and a Magicraft Rose, and temporarily a Great Wheel.
That I almost bought a great wheel.
You know,
How does she like the great wheel?
So there's the question here from the audience. How do you like your Great Wheel? And I'll say, while we wait for you to write the response, we saw a Great Wheel for sale once where they were going super, super cheap because they just wanted it to go to a good home. And we almost picked it up and we're like, there is no place in our house.
Where
to
was
have
the
it.
person? Was that recent?
Relatively
I almost bought one
recent.
I literally almost bought one last week. It
Oh,
was
really?
It wasn't that recent, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, I almost bought one last week, but then I went and tried it. She offered to have
Yeah.
me try it.
Yeah.
No dice.
That was her mistake.
They're a little tricky.
Oh,
I really
oh,
want
tricky.
one, but I need to have no children in my house.
I was sweating like it was work.
Yeah,
It was a dance.
it is.
It was not okay.
It's one of those things that I like it because it makes all the brain cells work and they can't go off on adventures.
You just have to stay focused.
You have to stay
I love
focused.
walk.
So Amber says, take my money for a HipStrings e-spinner, a hip spinner. Laura says, the stripes of amazing yarns, like Woolens and Nosh, keep her motivated to keep going. And
Nick's been getting to knit up all my woolens and nosh lately for
yeah,
me.
actually, is that one of the ones that I have in the...
That's what you're knitting right now is
Okay.
woolens
Yeah.
nosh.
And holy crap, I'm getting like 4 socks out of a single skein, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Not super long leg, but you don't like a
Yeah.
long leg. Kathleen says, I've been known to spin on the Nano while riding my horse. Wow.
That is
Throw
some
my
coordination.
left leg around the saddle horn and rest the Nano in the crook it forms. I want to see video of that.
Yes.
That's awesome. I mean, heck, you will get so many views on the internet if you post that on YouTube or something. Or I don't know, what do the kids use these days?
I don't know.
The Tickety Talk, that clock app. Colonel Crafter says, I would love it more if I could actually spin on it. I have a partially frozen right shoulder. Oh, okay. That's regarding
Yeah, that's
the
a
great
problematic
wheel.
thing.
Yeah, especially for a great wheel.
Yeah.
Red says, there's a few here that make me feel better about the size of my spinning wheel herd. JK Knits for You.
I think mine is larger than red, so.
I'm working on finishing my first socks from the Woolens Nosh Advent right now. And okay, when I get a horse again someday, I'll try spinning and knitting on horseback. I mean, I do most of my spinning, well, all of my spinning, I do either on the internet or in a T-Rex outfit. So, hence the sweater again.
You beat me again?
Oh, it's been a while, Jill. Like, and I can check my, I will check my gauge. And try not to fall over. All right, am I still spinning the same gauge? Yeah, yeah. Maybe I got a little bit bigger. Oh, but you finished too. Mm-hmm. Good.
This is like, I'm going to tell a story.
Okay.
Nick and I finally got to take a spinning class together. This past summer at SSK, we got to take a spinning
this
big and
story.
lofty yarns with Maggie Casey. This is not something I'm good at. Nick, as he said, either spins online or in a T-Rex costume. So we're in this class. I'm struggling, and I finally get it. I'm really proud of what I'm making. And then Nick comes over with his samples because I wouldn't let him sit next to me. He was like on the other side of the room.
Maggie wouldn't let me sit next to
Maggie
you
wouldn't
either.
let Nick sit next to
We were
me.
supposed to
Yeah.
mingle and learn from each other.
So I'm like really proud of myself. And then Nick comes by and drops these samples of yarns that are like twice the size of mine on the table in front of me because I was using an e-spinner. And I just give him this look.
I was
He's like, this is not.
I was so
Not
proud of
cool.
what I did, and I wanted to
You
share
were.
and get your approval, and you were so mad. It was great. But yes, I feel I felt very accomplished by pissing you off.
Fair.
Let's see. We've got Cornell Crafter says, I've seen photographic evidence of someone drop spindling at a canter. Oh, with on a horse.
canter.
Wow.
Oh.
Canter.
Wow. Yeah.
Whoa.
Drop spindling at a canter, it's like that one below gallop.
Well, this is like
You know what, that would be easier.
when Gab learned to spin on a drop spindle. They just had a bug on it for like 2 weeks, and so
They were doing it in the car.
I didn't. Well,
and-
that's the thing. I didn't even notice, and I'm driving. Everyone to I don't even remember where, and I stop at a stoplight, and I look in the rearview mirror, and Gab has the drop spindle just going. I'm like, Gab, have you been doing this while we're driving? Yeah. So, yeah, it's
Take that inertia.
right. And Wilnsanosh says, can I say these Spinalong lives are really great at keeping me at the wheel every day. Love the social motivation. And we love the motivation too. I mean, like I said, this is one of the few times that I actually sit down and spin. I'm gonna have more motivation when we warp up the loom for the poncho thing that I'm gonna be
Yes.
making, because I'm gonna need to keep that fed. But Laura noted that the class was hilarious. That we did that in. And Amber's using the leaf control card now, coming in at a hot 35 degrees. And Cornell Crafter's loving the company at 2:30 a.m. Well, we will let Cornell Crafter get some sleep after the dad joke. So it's Friday. Friday we usually make pizza. As you know, Adrian hates Hawaiian pizza, and it might have been a time that I made Hawaiian pizza and it was burnt. I should have cooked it at a lower temperature. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow, both at the same YouTube channel, same YouTube time, but also
Same hecklers.
this same heckler, same odd house. And also there should be the link for the Discord. I saw somebody note that they had an issue with it. Try it again. See if restarting your browser helps out. And yeah, we've got a bunch of new people on the Discord, and the chatting is amazing.
Yes.
So thank you. We love hearing from you 24/7. So have a good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining us.